Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. All right, guys. So we have an article here regarding T-Mobile. You can find a link for this article in the description below. This is an interesting article. So we all know that T-Mobile has been involved in multiple data breaches. I just did a video a couple of days ago. They're involved in something which is not entirely their fault, but they're still part of it. So anyway, this article is not about the recent issue with them, but an older one. So, what's going on here is T-Mobile may be in the wrong here. Looks like they're withholding some information, some very important documents, in an ongoing security probe. So let's go ahead and jump into this article. This is a pretty interesting one, I think. So the title here is Washington State AG says T-Mobile is wrongly withholding documents in security probe. So the article actually came out on June 15th. So let's go ahead and read this. All right. So I guess there was an updated below. So there's a statement from T-Mobile. All right. A new court petition alleges that T-Mobile is refusing to fully comply with investigative demands from law enforcement authorities in its home state who have been probing the company's security practices since a breach nearly 2 years ago. This impacted 76 million customers across the country. So we know about this one. All right. Throughout this investigation, T-Mobile has either provided insufficient responses or refused to respond outright to the state's civil investigation demands, which is the CIDS, all while continuing to suffer repeated data breaches, right, alleges the Office of Washington State Attorney General Bob Ferguson in the filing. The petition filed Thursday in King County Superior Court in Seattle seeks a court order requiring the Bellevue, Washington-based company to comply with a series of investigative questions and requests for documents. T-Mobile said in a statement, "We are continuing to review this filing, but we're surprised to see that the AG's office excluded the fact that they were part of the multi-state investigation where they were given access to over 100 pages of narrative responses and thousands of documents." And then they go on to say, "Our response will provide the court with a more complete record of this investigation." So the AG filing says T-Mobile is declining to fully comply on the grounds that all information relevant to the August 2021 breach has already been produced to other regulatory agencies and provided to Washington. The company is also making the case that materials related to previous security incidents and revenue derived from user data are beyond the scope of the state's investigation, the filing says. So in July 2022, T-Mobile agreed to a settlement totaling $500 million to resolve consumer class action claims, which was one of the largest data breach payouts in U.S. history. The settlement consisted of $350 million for customers and $150 million to upgrade the company's data protection. All right. The company disclosed additional data breaches in February and March of this year. Yes. And now they're somewhat involved in something else that happened this week, which was more of a retailer's fault, but it's still T-Mobile's customers. They still have a role in it. Like it or not, they're still going to be responsible for it. Okay. And so there's a statement from T-Mobile, Mike Sievert, that says, "We've had a couple of bad events over the last few years that have really knocked us on our side," acknowledged T-Mobile. All right. However, he called the breaches a catalyst for even more focus in this area to make sure that we have the right technology, the right architecture that's fully fundamental and protected, and the right level of investment. All right, there's another claim here that says the filing accuses T-Mobile of sidestepping requests for information about its security practices by inviting the AG's office to a presentation on updated security practices rather than providing the requested information, and later asserting by declining the invitation that state had forfeited its rights to the requested data. Withheld documents include internal security audits, board meeting minutes, presentations, reports, charts, tables, memos, and notes. The AG filing says, by way of example, when asked to provide the names of audits performed, T-Mobile made clear that it views the names of internal audits themselves as privileged. All right, we just have a little more. I might as well finish it up. Well, yeah, we just have a little bit more here. I'll finish it up. The AG's filing itself is heavily redacted, including 2 long blocks of blacked out text under the factual background section of the petition. Other redacted sections include the details of the AG's claim that T-Mobile instructed a security vendor to designate material as privileged regardless of its content. GeekWire, who is the author of this article, has asked the AG's office to provide the legal justification for the redactions here. And there's the article is actually here. The filed case number and everything is there. When you guys look at the article, you'll be able to see this. So there's a lot of information obviously taken out for security purposes, but you'll be able to see this whole thing that they actually were able to share. So interesting stuff. Do you guys think T-Mobile's breaking the law? Do you really think that they are withholding this information on purpose? Do you think they're just beating around the bush? I think with as strong of a case this is and how deeply it affected so many people, I think they should definitely be willing to cooperate 100% and just resolve this issue. Put it behind you, and move forward and tighten up your security. So I don't think they should be playing any games. Obviously, they're doing what they can to protect themselves, but they are responsible for their customers' information. And this was a massive data breach, and it's happened time and time again since. So the biggest problem that I have with it is not that it happened once or maybe even twice. It's that it has happened more than that. And it will probably continue to happen because something is just not right internally with T-Mobile. Something is off. Now, I don't know, we're hearing that they paid $150 million to tighten up security, but obviously it's not working. So something is really wrong. Either it's internal people that are sabotaging the company, or people up high in higher levels, maybe, not just low-level employees, but maybe it's some high-level employees that are leaking info out. I don't understand how it happens so often. I guess that's my biggest thing is yeah, you have to respect that it can happen to any large company because they're all targets, right? But it does happen a lot. And I think that's the frustration that we all have with T-Mobile is that it's too much. And we don't know why. We're not understanding why are you always the one? Which is weird. It's strange, and it just something doesn't add up. I don't know what it is. I'm actually asking. I don't get it. I don't have any clue as to why. Very strange, hopefully, like I said, hopefully they can figure out a way to wrap this up. I've said that many times whenever I talk about these breaches from them, because it's crazy. It's disturbing. This is where this is their downfall, and it could potentially be a very big downfall if it keeps happening. How many data breaches can you have, and how many payouts can you make before you financially suffer and legally are forced to shut down because you're just not safe enough to run practice. So we'll see what happens. Hit me up in the comments below. Is T-Mobile withholding these documents on purpose? Are they wrong? Are they breaking the law? And do you think this is the end for them? As far as data breaches, will we see more? I unfortunately, unless they can figure out a way to put this under wraps, which if they haven't been able to do it 3 times already within the last 2 years, and don't forget about before that, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. All right, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. It's much appreciated. Hope you found this article useful or entertaining. Hopefully both. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.